You can grab the Kraft Blade. They are super affordable. We're talking a 2-pack for right around $20 and open up a whole new world of crafting with your Silhouette machine. Hi, I'm Brenda Lambert. I'm a TJC licensed instructor for Silhouette. You found your way to Silhouette success. There's a ton of stuff to learn about the Kraft Blade today, so let's get started. There are actually two different craft blades. We have the 2mm craft blade and the 3mm craft blade. We're going to take a minute to talk about each. We'll start with the 2mm. You can see that it is made for tool holder number 1. It is right there on the tool itself. And the 2mm blade is, of course, designed to cut through 2mm thick material. You adjust the setting by first checking the depth in Silhouette Studio, and then you can twist this collar here. You will see that it has 2 rows of numbers. When you start off, you're going to pay attention to the bottom row. It goes 1 through 10. Once you get to 10, you're going to jump up to the second row of numbers. There's 11 through 20 on the second row. Once you have the 20 lined up with that red line, you can see that the blade is fully exposed. We can pop this into tool holder number 1, lock it in, and that's ready to go. Now the 3mm craft blade is meant for tool holder number 2. Again, it is marked on the tool itself, so you cannot get this confused. It also has the red line, but this time we're looking at 3 rings of numbers. I have this dialed all the way out, and this is how you want to store them so that there's no chance of getting cut when you're rummaging through your drawer for a blade. It is sticking out just a little bit at number 1. Twist through the first round of numbers till you get to 10. Then you will jump up to 11. That goes through 20. And then 21 through 30 is at the top ring. 30 is maximum depth. And there is the blade on that one. Again, this one goes in tool holder number 2. Let's pop it in, lock that tab down, and now that one is ready to go as well. The 3mm blade can be used in the Cameo 4 series, 5, 5 Alpha, and the Curio 2. The 2mm blade can be used in all of those machines, but it can be used in the portrait as well. The 3mm cannot be used in the portrait machines because the portraits only have the 1 tool holder. So if you have a Cameo or a Curio, I recommend getting the 3mm blade. It can do everything that the 2mm blade can do. However, if you have the portrait, you want to grab the 2mm because that's going to be what will work with your machine. Now, I try to use my AutoBlade as much as I can just because it's so convenient, but some materials do not do well with the AutoBlade. In fact, the AutoBlade is not deep enough to get through craft foam, some real leather, and it struggles with the stiffened felt. So these are the materials that I use the Kraft Blade for the most part. It also handles thick chipboard really well. I don't have any of that on hand at this moment to demonstrate. Now let's take a look in the Silhouette Studio software. When you are using the Kraft Blade, you want to use a simple design. Think of hearts, stars, squares, circles, nothing with too much detail. You could probably get away with an outline of a heart or a star, but too much interior delicate detail is going to throw this off. When we are in the send page, you can see here that there are extra cuts. These are called hooks and loops. They are essential to using the Kraft Blade. You cannot turn these off. These hooks and loops are used to turn the Kraft Blade in the machine. With the AutoBlade, it's very thin. It's very precise. It turns on a dime and is able to handle all of these corners and curves. The Kraft blade is much thicker and it takes a little bit more effort to get it turned around. So it uses these little areas here to make sure that it is turned properly for the next part of the cut. If you introduce too many twists and turns and corners into your design, you're going to end up with a lot of hooks and loops. And sometimes the software can't figure out how to keep it outside of the element that you're trying to cut. So when you're in the send page, check to make sure that all of your hooks and loops are on the outside of your design, and then you can go over and check your blade depth. This is the number that you'll need to set your Kraft blade to. So you twist the dial to 17 if you're cutting leather for a garment. Since a lot of these special materials vary greatly in thickness, you're going to want to do test cuts, of course, but we can check before we even do the test cut if the blade is going to be deep enough or not. So right now this is set to 30. We're going to dial it back. That was the first round. We're going to dial it back to the second round at 17. So according to the software, this should cut through that leather. We can hold it up to our material before we even pop it in the machine to see if that is going to be deep enough or not. And you can kind of just feel along the edge. If you do not feel the tip of the knife, then it is not going to be deep enough. And this is definitely not a deep enough setting for this leather. I'm going to just keep dialing it up a little bit at a time. I'm going to try a 20 now. Hold it up there again. And I can almost feel it, but not quite. Let's do 22. And now I can definitely feel the top of the blade. It should cut through at 22. So now that we have our blade set to where it looks like it's going to cut through, we can pop this in the machine, do a test cut, and readjust from there. But if you kind of hold it up to the edge of the material before you put it in your machine, it's going to save a couple of test cuts and a little bit of time. One of the tricks to getting a good cut with the Kraft blade is making sure that your material is adhered securely to your mat. It is highly recommended that you use a strong grip mat. I do not have one available, unfortunately. What I do in this case is I grab some platen glue and an old mat and resurface the mat with the platen adhesive. That's going to give me a nice tacky surface to work with. You want to place your material just as you would with any other cut. If you have a brayer, that also comes in super handy. That's going to make sure that the entire area is stuck well to your mat. And last but not least, we are going to secure the top and bottom edges with a strip of masking tape to make sure that A, the material does not peel up, but also it gives the material kind of a ramp so that it rolls smoothly up underneath this bar. Typically with the Kraft blades, you're working with a little bit thicker material and you just want to make sure it has a nice smooth transition up underneath the rollers. Now watch this quick little demo on stiffened felt, but after that, make sure you head over to Facebook. We're learning all kinds of tips, tricks, inspiration, all about the Kraft blade this week. Join us there. I'll see you in the next video.